Hi, my name is Nate McClaskey, and this is.
Yeah, it's your boy Angel Cruz.
And in this documentary, we'll be talking about the Earth's problems like climate change, fires, and global warming, and also air pollution, like stuff like that. And we'll also be showing the solutions to help this Earth become a better place for future generations. Your thoughts about the climate change?
Climate change is real and it's one of the most important issues of your time.
Climate change has been occurring over the past 650,000 years. It is affecting the amount of solar energy our planet receives. It can be seen through global temperature rise, warming oceans, shrinking ice sheets, glacial retreat, decreased snow cover, and sea level rise. Climate change can even cause extreme weathers, including intense rainfall and wildfires.
I'm here with Priscilla Palacios and Serena Abril. What are some ways we could prevent wildfires from occurring?
You could not leave your campfires unattended and use less gasoline. We can also help dispose of cigarettes properly and use less fire.
Large wildfires in the United States burn more than twice the area they did in 1970, and the average wildfire season is 78 days longer. Research shows that the changes in climate have led to hot, dry conditions that boost this increase in fire activity in some areas. Since the year 2000, 11 forest fires in the United States have caused at least $1 billion in damages each, mainly from the loss of homes and infrastructure, along with firefighting costs. And in 2015, wildfires burned more than 10 million acres across the U.S. Impacts from climate change are happening to our environment now. These impacts extend well beyond an increase in temperature, affecting ecosystems and communities in the U.S. and around the world. Things that we depend on and value, water, energy, transportation, wildlife, agriculture, ecosystems, and human health, are experiencing the effects of a changing climate. We need to work as a community and society to help better our generations in the future.
What are things that you could do to help out our environment?
I think the best thing is awareness, to look at our daily actions, to look at our common practices, like how often do we use resources that we don't really need to be using up as quickly.
You can use reusable fossil fuels to use less. You can also ride your bike or walk instead of using cars.
Understanding that little change is good, but it takes a larger, at this point, you just really need a larger shift in thinking and in industry, a larger push for alternative fuel sources.
During this interview with Ms. Deliano, she brings up that as a community and society, we must work together and work ahead of our time to help out future generations and overall keep Earth a healthy place. Thinking ahead of our time will give us a new perspective and point of view on life, and it'll help shift our advancements to create new things. Did you know that vehicle emissions contribute up to 45% of carbon monoxide emissions in the US and about 95% in larger cities? By knowing this statistic, we can see that vehicles can create a lot of air pollution and is bad for the environment. By already knowing this knowledge, you could already help out the world and not use as much gas as we already do. Every step counts towards a better Earth, and this is one of them.
Later on, yes, I would be willing to give time. But I think if you can't give time, then you can give money. Or if you can't give money, then you try to give time.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Deliano.
You're not welcome.
I think what we're doing to our planet is really bad, and if we don't do something now, then we might not even have it.
documentary, The 11th Hour, I was able to learn a lot about our time. It has taught me that we are running out of time and we must act before it is too late. We aren't doing enough to suffice for our Earth, and this needs to change. Every little bit of support will help create a change. The littlest of things, like throwing a piece of trash away, can go a far distance. If you want our Earth, our world, to live on longer, you must show that you want it to.
And I'm here to interview her on climate change. So, first question, do you think climate change is bad and why?
I think that climate change could be bad in a sense. I mean, present day, I think that the climate has changed a lot in regards to the weather. It's been really hot to me, and I think a lot of the world. We've seen an increase in longer days with extreme heat. I think we've seen huge droughts around the world in regards to the water shortage. Even though we've had a lot of rain this year, that hasn't been the case. We have seen a lot of flooding. We've seen a lot more fires. And also, I believe that we have seen the time change bring us shorter days. So, does that answer your question?
Yes, that does. Okay, moving on to question 2. Do you think global warming plays a part in climate change, and why?
I do. I think that since we are having a lot of heat, I believe that since the world has started to mess with the world in regards to with excessive heat, that it's causing our glaciers to melt. It's regards to the flooding in certain areas, that's also causing the sea level to rise, along with the glaciers melting, the rain that we're getting. I believe it's messing with the sea level, and with that comes a lot of flooding, and a lot of the states that have cities that are low bearing, they're suffering the fate of that. Just like currently, the sea level is so high, it's causing floods throughout major states, even as we speak right now today, June 3rd, 2019. I believe that we are affecting the animals that we have. They're looking for new places to make homes because of the weather conditions. It's forcing them to have to relocate to different places in the world that we normally wouldn't find them. I believe that's why we're seeing a lot of whales coming closer to sea. I believe that the fires are affecting our forests. So we see a lot more of them in city areas where we normally would not, because we are forcing them out of their natural habitats. And so I believe that global warming is having a huge effect just in our world.
Buddha.
out your trash, bro. Never mind, I'll throw it away. We gotta throw away our trash. We gotta protect our environment. It's all we have. If you didn't notice before, our Earth is not in good condition. We all have to work together and help keep our Earth alive for as long as possible. We can prevent fires from occurring by being more careful. Some of these actions include not overusing electrical circuits, don't leave your fireplace unsupervised, don't use gasoline, being sure to dispose of cigarettes properly, not leaving campfires unattended, stop burning debris, and stop committing arson. With fires, pollution has an effect on Earth as well. Ways we can stop pollution is reducing usage of our vehicles, reducing fireplace use safer paints or spray paints, and finally, the biggest and most important, conserving energy. Please help keep our Earth alive. We need you.